America didn't just snap their fingers and join the war. It took lots of preparation. Because of the attack in Pearl Harbor, America was forced to build an army. So Congress enacted the draft law, which made soldiers serve for the entire war. In uniform weren't just men, but also women. The women would ferry soldiers from base to base, and during the war there was many new bases built. Because of the war, the Great Depression ended. Workers soon found jobs where recently they had been rejected. The War Production Board established to help set goals for production. All citizens were rationing to help preserve our needed resources. To help pay for the expenses of war, people bought war bonds, and jobs at home were more important than you'd think. These would help reflect the way the war went. Because of all the men in uniform, there were jobs available for women, and they capitalized. The women were needed for the factories, so the women were paid more money. These jobs gave women confidence and independence. In World War II, Franklin D. Roosevelt imprisoned 110,000 Japanese Americans for the duration of World War II. The imprisoned Japanese Americans had to sell almost everything they owned when they were in prison for a fraction of the cost. Many years after World War II ended, all the Japanese Americans that were left in internment had been given $20,000. The Japanese were imprisoned for vague charges because America was suspicious that they could be spies. Japanese units were used by many nations in World War II. Like Italy and Africa, the Japanese units had earned many medals and awards due to their successes. One Japanese unit that was very famous during World War II was the 44th Nazi Regimental Combat Team, became the most highly decorated military unit in the history of the U.S. Not only the Japanese were left in internment camps, others that were born from both Italy and Germany were also imprisoned. Not only the war was taxing on the U.S., but racial tensions because the FEPC opened many jobs that used to be closed for African Americans, which made citizens furious. African Americans were segregated into their own units in World War II. 500,000 of Mexican Americans served in the armed forces. Luckily, in this time, Mexican Americans had gotten a break because a treaty was signed that enabled American factories to hire them. But it was not that good of a time because Americans attacked Mexicans there on the streets with clubs. To conclude, even though America had all these problems internally and externally, they were united in their will for victory in both Europe and in the U.S.